Welcome to the Morning Report, a production of fightbackmedia.com, the #1 source of urban conservative information in America.
Planned Parenthood is at the DNC. They have a truck out there and they are doing live abortions for free. According to Planned Parenthood, as of end of day today, Tuesday, they will have done 25 abortions. Just want to pause for a moment. 25 human beings, sons and daughters, children, sacrificed at the DNC in the name of abortion rights. Devastating. Planned Parenthood, the biggest abortion chain, gets $500 million from taxpayers through politics. They are extremely influential among the Democrats. I think about the pagan rituals of child sacrifice. It is not just your body. There's another human life present. How is it my right as a woman or as a mother to kill my child? I do not have that right.
Good morning. My name is Billy Lawson. This is the Morning Report. The Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, fightbackmedia.com, and fightbackmediatv.com. Trust that you are well today. This hopefully to make our situation just a tad bit better. There we are. That's better. I got dinged by somebody who said I had bad audio. You need to change out your mic, dude. Whatever. Any case, did a short on this yesterday, and I posted that short on here on YouTube, and I posted that short on not Instagram, TikTok here, because this is startling to me. That we don't understand that we're getting so involved in all sorts of other things, and we are and typical conservative, especially Republicans, are just reacting to whatever the Democrats are doing now and saying now, and who said this, and Oprah said this, and Stevie Wonder was at the Democrat National Convention, and so was Kenan Thompson, which is disappointing to me, because I've always thought that kid was funny. He's hardly a kid now. He's a grown man with a bunch of kids, but I always thought that dude was funny. And it's a shame. I'm sure he got paid, but not all money is good money, as they say. In any case, I'm not so much concerned with all of that as this one thing. And I'll tell you, this is the thing that got me in. If I was red-pilled, I wasn't red-pilled by Donald Trump. And I wasn't red-pilled by Mitt Romney. That's for doggone sure. I wasn't red-pilled by George Bush or George Sr. I wasn't red-pilled by Reagan. This issue, you could say that if I was red-pilled by, was on. And I can tell you the exact day. Hell, I can tell you the exact time. September 12th, 1990, at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It was the day that my son was born. I had been in college. I had gone to Florida State. Florida State was called the Berkeley of the South. And I had said in front of a group of our friends, I remember saying this like it was yesterday, well, if you're against abortion, don't have one. And I thought that was an erudite argument. I thought that was a lockdown argument. I really did. Because most of us who are at that point attending university in our late teens and early 20s don't have the sense that God gave an animal cracker. Just don't. And a lot of these people that we see on TV, these people that we see on social media who are in their late teens and early 20s don't have the sense that God gave an animal cracker. They just don't. Maybe later they will develop. Maybe their frontal cortex will develop, and they will or be able to pull their collective heads out of their collective behinds. Maybe not. I don't know. We can only hope. But as that was the day that I went, oh, snap. I was wrong. I had just 6 days earlier turned 30. And if y'all remember when y'all turned 30, there was just a lot of reassessing going on to who am I? What is my life? What am I doing? Right. Um, and this was the first thing. And I thought instantaneously, holy Lord of mercy, I was wrong. I was so wrong. I was so clueless when I'm sitting there in the delivery room holding my son in my arms. And we're back in that chair. We're rocking a little bit and we're having conversation. I could have sworn that he and I were talking minutes after we were born. We were communicating. For what he could see, we were communicating, no doubt. I don't care what anybody says, we were communicating. So my state and it came back to me, my statements on abortion. And I knew I was wrong. And abortion is simply murdering a child in utero. It's just murder. And nobody has a right to it, especially with someone innocent. Nobody is more innocent than a baby, than a baby. Nobody is more innocent. That baby hasn't done anything to anybody ever, ever. And an abortion is a murder for convenience. It's a murder for hire. So it's for convenience. And that's it. Full stop. Full stop. It's not anything else. Now, are there abortions in the case that if somehow you have to end the pregnancy or abort the baby or kill the child to save the life of the mother? I guess that's a possibility scientifically. I guess it's a possibility because I'm sure it's happened. But that is such a small, infinitesimal percentage of abortions. We've had study after study after study that show that the lion's share of abortions are simply for convenience. Period. Period. That it is convenient to murder the child because of any number of reasons. The biggest reason for me is because that somehow the woman was irresponsible. And golly, everybody hates you when you say that. The woman was irresponsible. It wasn't that she was raped, because that happens too, and it's an infinitesimally small percentage of the abortions. It really is. And even then, to be frank, to be harsh, yes, I think rapists should be put feet first in a wood chipper, slowly, in a slow running wood chipper. That's what I think the punishment for rape should be. So don't get it twisted. Putting a baby, another human being, through having their brains crushed and their limbs sawed off because of a crime of somebody else doesn't seem quite right. But that's such a small percentage. Small. Most is because it would hurt my chances to get into a good college. It would hurt my chances to advance on my job. I'm just not ready. I'll tell you what my mama said. then keep your damn legs closed. And now, truth be told, contraception in America is free because it was never about expense because it's free. Contraception. There's not a health department in the country that doesn't have a fishbowl on their front counter full of condoms. There's not one. But it's embarrassing. But if you're too embarrassing, if you're too embarrassed to get condoms, then you're not ready to have sex. This is all it is to it. It's irresponsibility. If you are too embarrassed to go to that fishbowl and fill up your purse, your pockets with a whole bunch of rubbers, then you are not mature enough. You are not ready to have sex. Golly, I know all these hard truths, all these incredibly hard truths. If you're not mature enough to go to your doctor if you have one, or go down to that same county health department and go, I need contraception. I am sexually active. I need contraception. If you're not mature enough to do that, now I know that there are people who are not. I understand that. I know that there are teenagers who are not. I understand that. That's part of the damn problem. Then you are not mature enough to be having sex. So when somebody says, you know what, our approach is to tell teenagers not to have sex until they get married. And other people come out against that, knowing damn well that there are children who are not mature enough to take care of themselves. And maybe if they don't have sex, then they won't get AIDS and die. They won't get chlamydia. They won't get gonorrhea. They won't get syphilis. And when you go after people who just tell kids, "Hey, just don't do it," hoping that a percentage of them listen to that message, then what are you trying to do? I'll tell you what you're trying to do. You're trying to offer child sacrifices to Baal. And that's exactly what's happened out in front of the Democrat National Convention. Planned Parenthood has set up a mobile unit. Now, they could have set up a mobile unit where they were taking blood donations because, there's always, especially in the summertime, a shortage of blood. They could have had what we have here in our area, the big red blood truck, the big red blood bus, and be taking blood donations or plasma donations. They could have done that. That would have been cool, but that's not what they did. What they did is Planned Parenthood showed up with a mobile unit to give free abortions. Now, albeit, I'm going to be perfectly clear, they are also doing vasectomies as well. Okay, I'm cool with vasectomy. I'm in the vasectomy club. I'm in the V club. Ooh, never appreciated a frozen bag of peas more in your life. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. But they have a mobile unit where they are giving out free abortions. So the picture that came to my head immediately was one that you saw in the videotape or on the video clip that I played. This one right here. 25 already. 25 human beings have been sacrificed on the altar of the Democrat National Convention. 25 children. Yes, in this country, in this society, we have a problem with pedophilia, no doubt. You know what I think about? You know what I think should happen to pedophiles? Oh yeah, they should be right next to the rapists in my wood chipper scenario. A slow running wood chipper while hanging from their necks being dipped into it. Yes, We have a problem with that. But 25 children were put on the altar of the DNC, of the Democrat National Convention this week. And it's Thursday. And they are looking for more today as Kamala Harris officially tonight accepts her nomination. Although nobody voted for her. Nobody voted for her. Hardly a democratic system as they fight to save our democracy. BS. But they are sacrificing children there. How can you, especially those of you who say that you're Christian, especially those of you who claim to be Christians, especially y'all. Sunday, you're in church with your handkerchief and you waving it and you sweating and getting the Holy Spirit. And you are supporting this. You're supporting sacrificing children on the altar of the Democrat National Convention. I guess you don't have to explain anything to me, but you will have to explain yourself. If you believe anything close to what you say you believe, you will have to explain yourself at some point. My gut is that it's not going to be good. That you're not going to be able to explain yourself. You better get it right. Or you better get right. How about that? You better get right. My name is Willie Lawson. This is the Morning Report, the Morning Report production, fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. Until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.